is working, because it's not like it's just buffering over here.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk 219. I will take your orders for tonight, as I now work at In-N-Out Burger.
And I have one order, is that you change my place with the blank spot, so I can, in my second screen here, see myself.
Okay, fine.
I'm a vanity that way.
You're on the far left on my screen, so that's kind of where you
That's
belong.
Good. Yes.
Right on. Right on.
Anyway, as per usual, if you want something cool for your A9 or your stage or your shape, go to Skinny Play with the link in chat. I'll move you over to the far right in a mo, Eric. Don't worry. Skinny Play has a discount code. If you want to buy one, you get 10% off if you use the discount code in chat. And if you buy two, you get 10% off via the link that's in chat too, and then you don't need to use the discount code. Also, come join our Discord if you like that sort of shenanigans. And if you want to help keep the lights on and the show going, a super chat goes a long way. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. It's free, and it also helps in the YouTube algo. And
Indeed, it does.
I think that's about it. Do all that and have a good time, and ask us questions if you have any.
Yep.
Also, how have you been, Eric?
I've been doing fine. I went on a little road trip to Denmark. Went into a hotel, just checked in. We did the whole kind of Copenhagen city. And what do you find in the middle of the hotel? Well, a Dane that you know. I mean, these Danes, that they are everywhere. So I met Henrik there, so that was nice.
Is that why he's still sick tonight?
Yeah. It was so fun to see that it's not just our kid that's just full speed. His kid was also kind of full speed. It was just like, it's just not ours. Others also have.
It's everybody's kids,
problem.
man.
Yeah.
They just fly.
This is fun to see when Henrik and I sat down and says, yeah, somebody, you. Henrik was just running away, just getting a little habits on and all, yeah. But it was great fun to meeting him, and it was amazing fun place, because that hotel was a big section of kid-friendly stuff, so it's just very easy to sit down and play around and have a chat.
Sweet. Are you over in the middle good enough now? Does this work?
This is the only time I would say that. Put me a little bit more to the right.
Oh, Kevin says he's going tomorrow to book in Grand Hotel Struer. Sweet. That'll be nice.
Yeah, dude. It's a nice place.
It's a really cozy town. We have those kind of cozy Fisher Bay town area here in Sweden. I will go into one tomorrow, but Struer shocked me how nice it actually was. It's not
much.
You
didn't expect the Danes to be that good at making towns, or what?
I was more expecting that it wasn't so much to do in a small town like that, but yeah, especially at night and stuff. It was super cozy and nice, and just walk around and all the places, and cool. Nice. It's a far away from kind of Copenhagen. We talked about that, me and Henrik, that far. That kind of
it's like 3 and a bit hours, isn't it?
4 almost. It's almost 1 hour more, and I've been the same driving distance to home. So
wow.
It's just all the way down to Copenhagen, and from the Copenhagen all the way up again. But in Denmark, that's okay. So yeah.
I drove further than you all combined. Shoot.
But it surprised me that the Danes don't know Swedish at all. Because when the Danes do the tourist thing here in Sweden, they either go to like 3 major towns. But for most Swedes that come to Denmark, most of them either go to Billund to see Legoland, or the majority, because it's so close, it's Copenhagen. So especially at the theme park there, the amusement park there, the Tivoli park, it surprised me that so few actually know Swedish, especially since the words are so close that they didn't know
it's
what
a
we were
better
talking about.
country.
They're more relaxed, actually. I like the Danish kind of to everything. It's amazing, but yeah, amazing how little, because ice or ice cream, ice, that's kind of, yeah. But we use so they use the word ice or is for that sort of thing. We use the French word is for like glass. So when it's a whole word called hemlagad glass, or the homemade ice, and I say the same word, but in Swedish it sounds the same thing. Just the little bit ending part is just glass instead of is, and then you sort of like, I don't know, no English, yes, the homemade ice cream. Oh, that one, yeah. And chocolate, choklad, Swedish, Danish, chocolate, and we say choklad, choklad, chocolate. Can you take it in English? Chocolate. Oh, oof.
God,
They're just mocking us.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
enough of your Swedish, dude.
I kind of hope that they're just mocking you. That would be too funny. Hey, we hear Swedish accents.
The peace treaty of Roskilde Peace, yeah, 1658. Let them know.
Yeah.
Are you still
Yeah, but
melting, Willie?
You know what? I got used to it. Like, it's warm. I didn't even make it to the Airbnb yesterday. Yesterday morning, we went passed out on the beach. Had Dunkin' Donuts at 5 o'clock and went passed out on the beach. So I got a little baked, little touchy.
Baked.
Oh fuck, man! And I put sunscreen on too. But also, I figured that getting a ticket for parking is cheaper than paying for parking.
There's a mentality here, right? Yeah, same here.
Wait, what?
No, well, we were on the fucking beach for like 12 hours, and it's $4 an hour. So at 10 hours, $40. $40 with the ticket. So I saved $8.
Just break one of your bones and get a handicap permit. That's amazing. It's like immunity.
This is Brian's asking what cigar. This is a Davidoff Royal Solomon edition.
Yeah.
This freaking thing, most expensive cigar I've ever bought.
You showed the what's it called? Not the end tip, but the other tip. The one you like.
No, it's already it's already lit. Like it was it was just a little
weird shape, yeah.
Had a little tit on it.
Yeah.
Little nipple.
Yep. Are it good then?
It's a great cigar, man.
Yeah.
Great cigar.
Spicy off the start. Of them, or?
No, I just bought one. I took a picture because I finally found a store here that actually has Davidoff brand, and they don't just fucking carry these bullshit Cuban cigars and whatever. Like not real Cohibas and whatnot, right? I'm not interested in that. And I finally found one. So I actually sent Nathan. I don't know if you're watching. Check your WhatsApp. If he sends you a picture of the Davidoff displays, let me know what the fuck you want. Because I'm going to wreck this place on fucking Monday. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of boxes because I can bring 50 sticks home. So I'll bring them for the friends more or less if they want to buy the boxes because I'm gonna be back here. Right?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of cigars right now, but just a small kind of Robusto ones because I don't have time to smoke the whole shebang that you're smoking right now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be back here by September 1st because he's opening a new shop. So it feels bad for everybody that's expecting that I'm gonna take pictures. But the store is in such disarray that I'm not fucking doing it. And I'm not doing it to myself because I'm going to be running it. So the new shop will do I'm most likely going to be a regular Instagram type of thing.
Sweet.
So yeah, Florida's going to have me coming in hard.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
on
man.
managing another shop. That's going to be nice.
This is, like I said, when they kicked me out of the door, I'm going to crawl back through the window. It doesn't matter. I love B&O enough to just move mountains for it. So instead of mountains, I moved myself. So yeah, it was a pretty productive week. I got an apartment rented out. I actually moved all my funds here also because I was able to open bank accounts. Yeah. And I just haven't gone to DMB because I went to the lineup like, fuck, I'm gonna do that when I have to do that.
Isn't that is it so legendary long?
Yes, it's literally the meme from shows and South Park and whatnot. It's actually like that, unless you live in a small village.
No fucking bullshit. Yes, it's no bullshit about it. Like it's not funny. That's also the thing. Like little ha 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 in there and shit, but not funny at all. So yeah, I'm gonna deal with the DMV and stuff. I still have to wait for my EIN number, which I'm hoping is gonna come in the middle of September. So then I can just start operating right away. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it, man. Miami's a fucking awesome place.
Sweet,
awesome place. So
is the new shop gonna be bigger than the old one too?
A little bit. It's got storage in it. It's actually right across the street from the old store.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the impetus for the move? Is it just
that store's too old, man? The carpets are shit stained, and like, you know, it's just it didn't need to go. And it's like the collage of like B1 boutique feel with a little bit of the new, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not the new concept. So that store is going to be the new concept with, you know, the wood floor instead of carpet now, or was. And yeah,
the Wishbone Park kind of.
And also, like, there was a fucking issue with the 90s, right? Because when those came out, like, they were just like wrecking the people next door as a hair salon, right? Like, this is the demo 90s. So that also is good because they're making an actual sub wall to just, you know, mitigate with the vibrations and stuff.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, especially if you want to, if you have some high-end clientele, you don't want to go, wow, we can't really, like, let them rip because of people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. So we're going to take care of it properly this time around. The guy that was managing the store is moving away because he just, you know, apparently they raised his rent, whatever, like, he's just like, you can't make it. And we'll sell more. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't you sell more? For fuck's sakes. Nope. I'm back. So I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah, that's selling more is easier said than done.
And Charles asking, it's a standalone B&O store. It's a boutique. Like, it's the only one where pin drops, I guess, on this side of the US. That is an actual store.
Yeah, I mean, the closest one is maybe Charlotte or Boston.
I think Boston is going to be the one. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's in European measurements. That's like 3,000 kilometers away.
Yeah. So that's basically the same distance that I'm.
Like my closest store would be like Italy or something, France.
Yeah. It's pretty silly.
I'm hanging up tomorrow.
Yeah, no. By that same token, I am seriously looking into becoming basically your old job in Calgary, but a pro partner near Tampa.
The pro partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think once I'm in the shop, like it doesn't matter. Like, we can sell through the shop over there, and then it'll work out very well. Doesn't guarantee even that.
But even so, even if it's in my own name or whatnot, and I order directly from Stir, that would be sweet too.
Well, you can order directly from us, right? For Miami shop instead, if you want to just start going. If they don't give you the pro partnership, because I don't really.
So either way, B&O, you're screwed. You're stuck with me.
That's right. Not leaving at all.
I mean, and I'll be 4 hours away from you. Mm-hmm. And there's another install partner there south of Tampa, but that will be like over 2 hours away from me.
Yeah. No, Charles, I'm moving here for good as far as the Florida is concerned. I'm once I come back here, I change my status to an E2 application visa, so as an investor, and then I need to figure out how to ship all the stuff over here as far as the 90s and all that nonsense goes. I already have a place to put them, so that's all good. But
My
yeah,
house.
just now I gotta go home and no, you fuck around. They I just need to figure out like the logistics of and tie up a couple things in Calgary, including a huge project that I was doing. And if it's not finished, it's not finished. I can't wait. I have to go. So that's feels bad for Calgary, but Nick's there. He can do it part-time. He's got his job already, or whatever. He's doing some logistical work in one of the offices, whatever. So he can do that on the side. Book yourself for Saturdays and shit and go, right?
Yeah, that'll work out.
Yeah, those are the old original Cyclops Juliets, yes, sir. I love those glasses.
Brian has a garage on offer where you can store the 90s, but I have a living room that's drier. And I'll feed them with the most immaculate Ethernet cables.
Yeah. Nice. I guess if we're talking sunglasses in chat, I have 5 different pairs of Juliets that I bought over the years because I just love those glasses. So I have every single, I guess, metal finish and whatnot, but I only brought 2 here, plasma polarized and X metal red. Better for night driving, I guess, especially for the GPS on the phone, because the goddamn polarizer, right? If you have polarized lenses, then the phone just goes black and you can't see shit. And Googling through the Audi's interface, it's pretty dated now. Some of the stuff doesn't even exist, right? So, especially like Kansas when I was coming through the fucking construction, and that's not like that road don't exist when you're supposed to be driving on anymore. So yeah, there was a 3-time try to get the fuck out of Kansas. I managed it though.
Oh well.
So yeah, but yeah, it's there's 3 things that are really weird about Florida that I just like that I have found out so far. First one is the men's bathroom. The urinals are fucking almost on the ground. I don't understand why. Like it's just so low. Like you're basically it feels like you're pissing into a bucket.
Yeah, that's an American thing for some reason. I don't get it.
But yo, put the fucking towels, paper towels, like as high as shit. So like, are you basically saying kids shouldn't just wash their hands anymore because you can't reach it? Because it's so high up. And the third one is nobody fucking signals here on the road.
Well, it's all 90-degree corners.
Yeah. So, Marky. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Brian asked large dongs. Maybe.
That's right.
The size of that cigar of yours. Eric, by the way, I don't know if you saw last week, but have you bought the missus a new purse yet?
Well, you saw kind of my take to it. Made a little fun about it. That Lego, other Danish company, has already made this, and maybe that's what they kind of took their inspiration from. But yeah, she kind of filled me in this kind of brand, and some other persons came in and filled me in on this kind of brand because I never kind of heard of it. Same kind of with Beluti, maybe background, but not as much. But well.
Apparently, we sold one. They had somebody order it here.
Oh, I heard from actually from somebody at B&O that making this isn't
fun.
No, because it starts out as a single block of aluminium.
Ooh,
Jesus Christ!
It's
so
a 35 kilo. Yeah, it's a 35 kilo block of aluminium. They start off.
Okay, well
as.
that changes the level of respect I have for that product. To be honest with you. Because that's insane.
Yeah, and
it's so much waste too. Well, obviously it's recyclable, but damn, I didn't know that. I thought they just like it's like punched out, right?
It looks like kind of like an old lunchbox or something. I don't know.
It's not so bad in the lighter gray, in my opinion, but
the black one is too much.
It would be also another thing if it was a 10th of the price that they're asking for it. But I mean, you have to kind of remember that this is not for everyday, even not everyday Bang Olufsen user. This is not a BeoPlay kind of portable speaker. This is
what this is? This is for people that I went through to Aventura Mall this morning, which is the highest end brands you can imagine. That's what they had. That's where I found this cigar shop, and I didn't get into Balenciaga, but I saw the store, dude, and the prices like just insanity. So I can understand and relate where this would be going cost crazy, because this is not for the market that we are in. Period.
No, and I guess also that most of these, I don't know if it is a limited production, but if there is a limited, I guess
there's only 20 of them.
Yeah, so I guess they were already sold out, like 99 or 90 limited, not limited, but limited.
Shit, that around, that's a lot of aluminium that they've gone through. Holy cow! And that has to be like, I don't know if it's not pure, but like if there's any imperfections. I guess this is anodized afterwards, right?
Yeah, but even so, it's you have to make all the holes. Like it's one piece, really. It's except for the back cover that opens on the hinge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, to me, it's still a bit. I don't get it as a B&O brand. It's a nice exercise in what you can do, but I don't really see the added value of it. But
no, I would say it's a little excessive.
I mean,
it's a little excessive in price.
The comments on Olufsen's own page for this, I was surprised that so many was so kind of pissed and disappointed about this. So I have a hard time thinking that this is a good thing for Olufsen, because so many was just so pissed about it. Maybe because they don't get that it's not a product for everyday kind of person. It's not a BeoPlay.
But also, in my opinion, like if that was the machining process of it, and that was the exercise that they undertook, that I think they should have had a video about how this is created as a promotional video as well.
Yeah, so you can show off their kind of work.
So you can show off the like what actually gotten into this. It's the same thing. Like not many people, let's say, appreciate watches. Well, it just tells fucking time. But yeah, like if you look at Patek Philippe, like it takes the Grand Constellation. It takes eight freaking years to build it, right?
Yeah.
And like it's just the refinement that goes into it. Like I respect that. I still wouldn't buy it for $8,500
it's kind of
US.
Thing for the nerds, yeah, the kind of perfectionist that wants that, yeah.
I would have loved to see the milling process of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, B&O, if you're listening, if you ever make anything that's milled aluminium, show us. Like, just, I don't know, stick a GoPro on top of the mill. It's fine.
Yeah, have a time lapse.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see that. It's still not for me, but... And it still feels a bit like a passion project of somebody in the company. But then again, it is, once I heard that, it was sort of like, wow, that's... I'm not sure if amazing is the right thing, but intense.
Yes. No, I completely agree.
I mean, I get now why the price is partially insane, but I don't know. I wonder if you're short on cash, why do it? Unless all expenses are paid, but...
Yeah, but then again, like the question also falls who actually profits from it, because you could only order it from Paris Balenciaga store, right? That's it.
Yeah, but if B&O is out of the cost on it, if all the people are paid and it doesn't lose them any money and it's just then promotional,
yeah,
sure. I mean, for the same thing, I was actually talking to the same person, and like, could this effort have been redirected at the moment? And the answer is basically not really.
But there is
even if they wanted to, they can't order chips for chipsets for things.
There are 20 of these, right? Limited.
I think 20 or 30. I think. Yeah.
Do you think there will be a 21, 22 special edition giveaway, a blue versions? I mean,
the trial and error products that they're gonna like. Okay, we can just make this now.
Yeah.
I think there's more than 30. I think there's more.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna go in that same way.
I hadn't even thought of that, but the recent track record of limited to one of whatever number
or exclusive is not really that limited nor exclusive. It's still exclusive, don't get me wrong, but it's not limited. If you do that nonsense and then you come up with the number 31, that's bullshit then. It's the
old second of sales trick. It's limited to how many we can sell. That's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not Ferrari here.
Yeah,
can't
but
make-
still, we still are talking about it, so it does work, whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
but
B&O is not at
so-
the level where they can just turn away customers because they don't want them.
Maybe they think so.
But they have that attitude
Maybe that's
sometimes.
the problem. Yeah.
But they have that
Kinda-
attitude sometimes, so it's
Yeah.
you know, feels bad. My powered up for now.
But yeah, maybe later this year we'll kind of see something else, or we'll see.
I mean, there will be stuff, but apparently the batches of chiplets and chipsets that are universal to buy for a lot of standardized products, it's now most often sold on a sort of auction floor. And then you're bidding against Apple, Samsung, Google.
All the big pockets.
And
Yeah, Volkswagen Group, yeah.
yeah, and they really don't care. And they also need a lot more, so they buy everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So apparently it's still going on that certain chips that were like, I don't know, $1.50 2 years ago that are now $80, $90, which is like, fuck. There's actually apparently one chip used in the 50s and 90s that used to be $5 and now it's 300.
That's steep.
Shit,
Yeah.
that sucks. Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
terrible.
My friend put an order on a electric Mercedes-Benz, and he was like, in February, he was like, should I? And he asked the dealer, if I order one now, what's the kind of delay? Well, it's kind of September. Okay, yeah, it's doable. And the next month after the war and all that, he was in March. He was like, how long is it now? It's next year, man. It's too late.
Fuck.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I heard a story that quite a lot of Porsche owners now are getting vouchers because they can choose if they want their car now or later. But later
Yeah.
can be a year or a year and a half. But if you want
Yeah.
it now, you get the voucher because you won't have power steering rack in terms of where to put it. It's manual. again.
right. Yeah.
What?
Because literally that control board is like a beep, 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 like
Yeah.
not available. So you have
Wow.
that flip thing that you then pull
Yeah.
and do.
Just like I have old school, yeah.
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 So you can get a voucher for that.
Oh my god.
It's
Well, that's
also the
what it
same
is.
thing. When I ordered the Hyundai Ioniq, I ordered it in May last year and got it in November. Yet it was delayed, but I got it in November. My friends ordered a car in June. The second a month later, it was normal Skoda, Octavia or Fabio, or what we call the kind of Passat version or Golf version.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't arrived yet because it's still the delay.
Wow.
And mine is pure electric, the conductors and all that. But there is just a kind of PHIV, or we call it, kind of mild hybrid.
Apparently, it's
And-
not even just the
yeah.
electrics. Like, apparently, there's a bunch of Fords
Yeah.
sitting around not being finished because they don't have any window switches.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, wait, what?
You just gotta laugh at that, man. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah, but also if you come back to Bang Olufsen, we also, I think that we kind of have been kind of spoiled with, we get new stuff like every so often that now we get this, we get that. But if you think of Bang Olufsen back in the day, they didn't almost release one new thing a year almost. It was kind of, it took time. It's one every second year or something that released some big news. Otherwise, it was just, here's all the new stuff, wait 10 years. Here's some new stuff, wait 10 years. Now we have like 2, 3, 4, even 4 big things in 1 year.
yeah.
But most of the big things are smaller, though.
I mean, the Beolab
I mean-
28 is still new, I guess.
Sure,
yeah.
but that was basically 4 years between that and the 50s.
Yeah, but then you have the kind of stage, it was kind of big talker. And
Stage sells well here, apparently.
Yeah, balance also, and this kind of, you have big stuff, even though in between that filled up some void in kind of speakers, and not just the Beolab, and even the Beolab, you have the H95 supporters, those kind of big things for the brand. So I think they have been spoiled that give us new stuff every so often, but yeah, maybe they can't keep up now, sadly. But otherwise, they was on a good track.
I'm very excited for that, whatever's new coming. I don't know if we've talked about it or not.
The Beersound Theater thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it last week a bit.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
So I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but from talking here, it's gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna go Harmony way anymore. I'm gonna take the theater.
I will actually go for Harmony if you can get one.
I might go for the Harmony because it all stands upright. So then I can.
So good looking. I mean, I'm on that. There are kind of two design ways on how to make a good Bang & Olufsen TV, and in design ways is that either you show it off that it's just beautiful to look at as it is, or you kind of hide the big screen.
There's a big screen of it, yeah.
That just sucks in all the kind of attention and light. That
for me, it's important to have something that looks good with the 90s also, and not just looks good, but it actually can keep up with them. Right?
Yeah, that's what I like with the
theater
Avant,
experience.
Avant
couldn't keep up with the 90s at the end. Like
the Avant is just like
the look,
reflection screen. So it looks like an aquarium or something. It just reflects all the lights. So you just don't think of it as a TV, even though it's just a screen. And then the magic happens. Then you have the Beovision 14. It just doesn't matter if I have a.
It looks cool. It looks like a picture frame. So yeah,
exactly.
that TV is awesome. I wish that they revisit that idea again, and then just I guess they've done it with the Contour, in a sense, right? Where it took this Beovision 9-ish look to it. But I think they should revisit that concept because it was just
I think
beautiful TV.
Yeah, now when you don't think of you have a thin OLED screen. Don't focus too much on making a TV thin, and I mean, the speaker parts need to have room for it. So make the TV big and all that. What want to do, and have a 55, 65 inch like the Eclipse, but make it that design of the 14.
And also, then you don't have much more issues, or you have less issues with cooling, right? Because if the chassis is thicker, then there is more to dissipate stuff with.
Also, that design even from Beovision 5, or was it something even before that? That design has proven itself through time for Bang & Olufsen.
What's this video that's showing right now? Because I can't see it.
It's a micro LED screen from C-Seed. And
unveils.
It totally folds because it's micro LED, so the parts of the panel are literally foldable because there's no edges really. Yeah. It's ridiculously expensive though.
I could imagine.
Now, yeah.
I mean, it's how many inches is it? I think 100 and something inches.
Wow.
But it's available in 165, 137, and 103 inches.
Holy yes. Yeah. But cool.
I think the bottom line starts with like 100 grand or something like that.
That'd be cool as fuck to install.
It's cool as fuck, especially since you can hide it. If you see the woman in the picture here next to it, goddamn.
Yeah, but if you turn it off, it disappears into the ground, right?
Exactly. The kind of the thing with the projectors that you can fill up a big screen, but then it goes away. That's kind of the whole thing.
Alphonse is playing screen, there, you don't think, and you turn the TV off, and Alphonse is gone.
Folding his ass in the goddamn. It's funny.
There's also one funny thing that Henrik and I sat down and discussed, that now we have two kind of very movable kids, very mobile kids, that They have never. Yeah, there was that one incident with Hamilton with the flying cars, but that's just the physics to blame, not him. It wasn't intentionally on the TV. There had never been, doing something bad on the TV, the speakers, nothing. And it has always been there for them to touch and do something.
But I think that's the reason why, right? Like, that's something that is just an ordained object to them. They don't care for it.
Yeah.
Where like their friends, they've never seen that. They're gonna try to touch and feel, right? Like that's just what it is. And B&O is made that way, that it makes you want to, grab it, pick it up, or feel the surface, right? So
exactly. So yeah, not a problem with it. Not for Henrik also. So that's kind of cool that
the kids understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. The same with the Eam chair. It just the other day it just spun around and maybe like 15 times or so. It's just a playable chair for him.
That's a nice couch thing. The seat.
Yeah, I kind of like that. If you want to go uber designed, I kind of like this sort of chair thing. It's probably not super comfortable, but it looks cool.
I don't think it's at all. But it looks cool as hell. I think it's just
same as a park bench.
As cool as it looks. So, where did you find that? What is this?
This is that TV unfolding.
Oh, they just have those seats there. Okay.
Yeah. Because it folds in quite small.
If you can afford a TV, the only thing you can afford sitting on is a porch bench. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you have a what's it called? A Balenciaga handbag.
Yeah.
Made by B&O.
A Berluti or something. Yeah. Shoes or something.
I think Berluti's kind of cheap compared to that Balenciaga B&O bag.
Well, you go with the bag to the store to Berluti to order a pair of Beolab 90s. The kind of the lifestyle you have.
Yeah.
Then you put them in a house that you never visit, like in London, New York, or Miami.
That is stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
Calgary apparently works too.
Yeah.
What?
Houses that you never visit.
Yeah.
The new billionaire row. Yeah.
We don't have that many of those. Here, like in Calgary, they more or less were starting to convert office buildings into apartments, like assisted living stuff. It's a dying city, man. Seeing what's happening here, I dread to go back, but I have to.
Well, you only have to go back for like a week or two.
Yeah,
I know, but that feels bad, right? Like you're gonna drink 10 days.
Yeah. You're gonna be so cold all of a sudden there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, it's like 29, 30 degrees there too right now. So I'm gonna harvest that while I can. And I just need to finish everything up.
Long trousers now,
not
shorts.
Because I gotta pack up with just basics, right, for the apartment, like the kitchen stuff. I gotta bring everything. I have the toolbox with me here. I'm gonna leave all this shit there. I'm gonna leave the toolbox in the level behind here.
Yeah, but when you come back and visit Canada with your friends or so,
I have no fucking reason to go back there. People can come visit me here.
I just imagine a scenario here if you go back and you were wearing kind of long trousers or something, pants in the winter instead of shorts, and you're saying you're cold when it's like -20. They were going to be like, but yeah.
I guarantee you that will happen. We have friends on Mallorca, and born and bred and raised in Austria, high up in the mountains. And now in the Spanish winter on Mallorca, where it's like 15 degrees C, he has like his winter coat on. He's going to look, it's so cold. Walking around there in shorts is like, what?
Yeah, but just like you obviously acclimatized. It's the same thing. Like, Slovakia wasn't nowhere near as cold as Canada was. Well, humid. It was more humid cold. It was very dry here, or it's very dry in Calgary when it comes to like the cold, right? But like you come here and it's fucking ocean. Everything's warm. Like it doesn't matter. You just walk outside. And humid. Like the humidity is a little sticky, but today is not bad. And it doesn't rain here. Like it literally rained after when we finished the podcast, it rained for like 15 minutes, not even.
You still need.
And it hasn't rained
for
since.
your-
It just rains like 2-3 minutes. It's weird how it rains. Just 2-3 minutes, little, I'm done. Over, little spritzer.
God, I'm gonna look so forward to that because here, when it rains for like days on end, and it's
It's just gray. The whole kind of from September is just gray to March.
yeah, and it's perpetual drizzle where it's like you're not getting soaking wet, but you're just getting wet enough that it's annoying.
It's annoying. Yeah, it's annoying wet.
It's just gray. Everything's just gray. Yeah.
And yeah, it's sunny here all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
And apparently this is the hurricane season. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. There is nothing going on here, man.
Don't
Like-
jinx it, man. Don't.
The
jinx
hurricane season is later.
Is it? Well, we're gonna be here for it anyways.
Yeah, it's usually mid
September?
of August to mid October or so.
Okay.
Because hurricanes only arrive when weather is changeable, right? Because there needs to be a temperature differential for that
Yeah.
convection to start going.
It. Exactly. Yeah.
So
Well, we don't have that.
But even so, like as long as you're not near any big ass trees, it's
you're fine. Yeah.
yeah. And don't park your car below sea level. That's about it.
Mhm. Yeah. That's it. That's really about all there is.
Since I tried to ship a Beogram to you, Michael, you
Yeah.
got one anyways. What happened now?
Oh, I bought another one.
Yeah.
Why?
I
Because
really see it in your, yeah, a little bit, but yeah.
I'll have to take better pictures of it, but it's a Beogram 2000, meaning it's basically a 1203 with a hingeable lid.
Which kind of stylus does it use? Not the normal MCC or MMC.
No, it doesn't use an MMC at all.
No, the older ones.
no, it's got that weird old style. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think there's an SP either 12 or 14 on this.
Yeah.
And actually, for its age, it sounds amazing. It sounds very good. I mean, this thing is older than I am, and arguably in better shape. I mean, this one was made in, I think, 75.
Shit, it's older than me.
Yeah.
And I'm a boomer apparently
older
here.
than me, and yeah, 75 is just yeah.
I mean,
Maybe I got an indication
for people
of how
think
old
that
Willie
that's
is.
30 years ago. No, 30 years ago was the 1990s.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, this thing is nearly 50 years old.
Turning
My new
48 next
students
year.
that comes after the summer was born in 2006, and they are
Wow.
like 15, 16. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's time, man. Time just
Time,
goes.
man. Yeah,
Passes.
As you say, Michael, this was 20 years ago. No, it's just yeah. Oh, yeah. That kind of reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Like-
20 years old now, you weren't alive when 9/11 happened.
Exactly.
hmm
I have that discussion with my students all the time, especially also that Gangnam Style was just 10 years ago, and it's just like the other day, right? It's just some
Wow.
years ago.
Wait, that's 10
Yeah.
years ago now?
Yes, exactly.
Damn.
Fucking yeah.
Had you asked me, I would have said 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah, I would be the same.
6. Yeah, maybe 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Play has existed for longer. Or did exist.
Beo plays around since 2011 when they started it, right?
Yeah,
I think. So
yeah,
all the
2011. Yeah,
stuff going on from there.
But
with the Harlem Shake was the big thing. Yeah.
oh god.
Okay,
no,
what do you
that's-
think? How much are the speakers gonna cost me to ship out here? What's your guesses? I haven't found out yet. I don't know, like to send the freight, right? What
But-
do y'all think?
This is, by the way,
You
what
could-
it looks like if there's no platter on it. And personally, in terms
Oh.
of record decks, I just love the look of this.
The empty.
So
Or, I mean,
clean.
empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B&O remake something like this because actually, if you read the info on the peg decks, as they're called, because your record is only suspended by these 4 or what is it, 10 little
5,
pegs.
yeah.
They say it's unstable. Well, it's actually, in my experience, slightly more stable than a Beogram 5500. Because there's actually rubber in there. There's actually suspension.
Oh. So it grips better.
Yeah. Also, what that does, since it's not touching any metal anywhere, it's not transferring so much static electricity. Because my 5500 is over there. But recently, with the weather we're having now, if I was playing a record and I picked the record up, as soon as I was near the stylus, it would arc to the stylus, and you'd hear like pop in the speakers.
Oh shit!
Because apparently,
I have to say that since Bang Olufsen did, when everything was just focusing on vinyl records, they did them super great. When tape, CDs, and everything else came into play, they kind of mix the match.
Well, they developed some stuff as well with Dolby. Like Dolby X was developed by B&O in Dolby Laboratory with
but build quality. I think these are the kind of record players that you're speaking of, Michael. Here is really good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Really cool.
Also, by the way, this hood or the dust cover, right? You can push it backwards and it just comes off completely.
Cool.
It's not like screwed on at all. It's sort of pressure fit between the wood of the outside frame and the metal.
That's good. So, it's meant for usability or to change actually. Yeah.
What is he doing? Was he taking it off? Yeah.
See, it just comes off like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But this was the Beogram, what's it called? 2?
This is the old 2000, but the old Beogram 2000 is identical to the 1203, except for the 1203 has a dust cover that's solid that you have to take off all the time, and this one is hinged. And,
so easier to swap records, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do that so often.
But I don't know. Let's see. Like this plastic still fits like solidly after fucking 50 years, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it just slides in that groove here.
They also mechanically designed everything back then. Well, not that it's now any worse or whatever, but back then, media was consumed mechanically, where now everything's consumed digitally, right? So there is no requirement for having all these overly complicated machines trying to, play a tape and not, have noise of some sorts coming into it. Same with the turntables. Like I've gone through, reel-to-reel tapes, everything. The formats, everything was moving, right? Now it's not.
But what is the kind of big difference between this and the RX series, the RX2 and the RX?
RX2 is from the mid 80s to late 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
But still, it looks amazing. As you say, it gets this clean aluminium disc kind of look to it. It has, instead of those pegs, it has like few rubber rings instead, but it's just so clean looking. Yeah, and that's one. I always wondered why Bang Olufsen went all these kind of Beogram 4002C. That turntable. They have amazing looking turntable. Why just that one? And refurbished that one and went all crazy on that one because they have
that one had room for the preamp. That was
that's the reason.
I personally think that was the only reason that they've gone with those.
This one is pretty empty on the inside, but it's so old that the needles or the styluses aren't made for it anymore.
Yes.
And those stylus, you can still get them repaired by Soundsmith, but even Soundsmith doesn't store any stylus chassis anymore.
Interesting.
And I think it's just because there's so few around now.
Yeah, it might be so.
But this is more or less what it looks like. Mine is the darker wood then, but without the cover on, and it's just. I mean, when
is it teak or? other?
On the one on screen, yes. On mine,
Yeah.
it's I think walnut.
All right.
So I have something walnut. Yay!
Slowly begins to grow, man. Now you want maybe the speed covers. Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting on my 1202 in white, so I'll get that eventually. But these just look so damn pretty doing nothing.
Yeah.
Compared to any of the other ones. This is kind of really why I like it. Because, yes, I like vinyl, but I'm not like some sort of freak that swears by it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so like I need to like how it functions.
The gimmick, yeah.
Yeah. And you still have some... And you still have some manual, like it is automated already for 50 years ago, which is crazy. Yeah. But you still can manually adjust it, and you have the little peg on the side. But with the little switch on the left bottom, you set what the size of the record, and then it automates like where it goes and drops.
That's sick.
It's the same thing with the cigar. Like you take your time with it. It's just meant for getting smoke in. It's just thing.
This is an exquisite cigar. It's pretty intense actually in flavor. It's very spicy. It's good, but it's kicking my ass a little bit. Tell you what, I'm smoking fucking white labels for a whole bunch of months now. So this is definitely. Woo.
Yeah, I did. We went for a cigar testing evening a couple of months ago, and I did a mistake of. When I light I think one of the Cohibas, Cohibas are all the strong stuff are in the lighting tip for it. So they're the strongest in the beginning, and then the ease off, and the other ones is just the ease off. Otherwise,
towards the end.
So you get the very hard bit, the very kind of flavor, and the kind of intense bit in the last bit. So. It just so I just right to the head. Yeah, so
this one is definitely intense, man. And it gets on your tongue as well, but not complaining, just saying. It's very Maduro like tobacco.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I like Maduros though. Yeah.
Is it earthy flavor or?
This one's got a little bit of earth to it, leather and coffee. Well, maybe it's just because I had coffee as well, but it's just fucking best stick I've had so far in here.
I will be trying to send you when I get kind of where you live, if you live somewhere. This kind of Swedish punch is called. It's kind of 26 proof or I don't know.
All right.
Proof. But
did some herring licorice or liquor?
It's very sweet. It's not. No, it's just called. It's hard to describe, and it's just so local in Sweden. But it's very, very sweet, and because it's very sweet, it gets amazingly good with the flavors of a cigar. Because, if you
should send another can of Surströmming, because I'll definitely, grab the American side of the team and let's crack this shit.
I'm thinking of a Swedish bag 2.0 to you both. And maybe one to Henrik also, so he can have
2.0.
Yeah. More of that.
That was the most foulest shit I've ever have eaten, let alone opened in my house.
The Surströmming or the licorice?
The Surströmming. The licorice was actually not bad. It was salty as fuck in the beginning, but it's actually I like the Jungrava or whatever the fuck it was. But that Surströmming, bro, that's a different level of awful. And I don't know how you can
both. You and your friends in-house, indoors, without making any kind of burpy sound. That's,
But man,
that's amazing for Sweden. Yeah.
Nick couldn't he couldn't try it. He smelled it and it was that's not for me. It tastes like blue cheese. I actually like the taste of it, but I wouldn't go full gross and off this fork and just that I wouldn't do, but the way that was properly on a that cracker and shit with the potatoes and stuff was great. The only thing that it really did for me, it fucked me up with the onions. I couldn't eat onions for 3 weeks straight because it just reminded me of that smell of it was the closest.
The bad thing was that I send you two of a good brand to you, so maybe that's Yeah, I send you the best part. Maybe that's the big.
Well, it was good.
I've
It
sent you
looked
the
like
best dead fish.
Yeah,
Right.
best rotten fish. Yeah.
But so yeah, because I come here, we went for dinner, and it was like they bring these lobsters and all these fucking sea spiders and shit, water spiders. I don't know what. Like, I'm not eating anything that walks sideways and has freaking pliers for hands.
It's a crab.
I'm
It's
not.
nothing. That's nothing.
Screw it, dude. And all these fucking
it's
look
good.
like xenomorphs to me, man. I'm not eating that.
Wait, so you'll eat a lobster because they move forward?
No, nothing that comes out of the water, man. I'm a hooved animal-based person as far as diet is concerned.
That's good. Shrimp.
But
and all
yeah,
that
like
good.
I've given it a shot, man. Like I've eaten, I've had, and that was more or less on the B&O dollar, anyways. When we did the training and such, and Dave Zapfel would take us and like, okay, let's go, and we're gonna eat in a Japanese restaurant. Fuck, feels bad, but like a good one, right? Like, cause he knew all the places. He's been doing this PR shit for years and years, so he knows exactly where to go and what to order, type of thing. And I've tried sushi in San Francisco. It was good, but not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, it's not.
Question from
What I would
Ray,
choose,
out of
but,
topic,
yeah.
guys, but does anyone know why I'm having this problem? When I play music from the A9 and the M5 at the same time, initially they sound fine, but after like 30 minutes, it goes out of sync.
Do you have them wireless? That would be the first question, because I do have come across this in with my M3 and the Shape, so core, and restart. You just gotta reboot the fucking things. That's the best fix. I don't know what it does. I don't know what your software is, but if you have it wireless, then you will have that issue every now and then. I can't explain why that happens, but it happens. And I ran that on Ubiquiti, and I ran that only on Ubiquiti, I guess. And yeah, and the signal is great. Like in the apartment, I had no the bars would go down. It's a small 800 square feet, but definitely it's a problem with your wireless.
Could be that the cache is a bit full.
Mm-hmm. So I would just, if you restart both products, I don't think you'll have that issue for a while. And I would also be conscious of the fact that reboot your network devices every now and then. Reboot your routers, people, because that shit does get clogged up, man. Like that runs 24/7, and
I would say do that at least once every 6 months.
I'm more or less a believer, like at least once a month to just re-paracycle your
people, you always forget. I mean, right. I actually noticed with the top end speed of the wired internet I get on my main computer, like after like 3 months or so, it actually doesn't get the same speed anymore. I don't do anything to the computer, even when it's on. Just plug the router modem out, and
yeah.
And it's back to like gigabit up and down, and it's fine.
So, yeah, it feels bad, but that's what I would do, Ray. Just reboot the damn things, and they'll be fine. You can even do it from the app now. You don't really have to go in there and behind, pull plugs and shit.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Also, what I noticed for Sandeep, I guess that comment goes. The level now, you can actually disable automatic standby after 15 minutes.
Sweet.
So it never shuts off. Because now I'm forced to play with it because that's the only device that I brought with me. I'll never buy a GVA product in my fucking life again. If you don't have Google, don't have the Google Assistant set up, she won't let me pair a BeoSound or BeoRemote 1 into the level. I can't pair it because I don't have that set up. I can't pair a phone to it because it's not set up. You need to do this in the Google Assistant. Why the fuck?
Yeah,
if I opt it out, it's absolutely unfair. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my issue with the GVA. I'm not dealing with it ever again. So,
the hat has to be on, like an employee. It has to be on.
I take your order, sir. No, this is not a Wendy's.
Right. shoot.
It's actually in the background. I've been showing some of the B&O Instagram. This is they find, like, I still don't get this music stuff really that they put up here, because there's no direct link to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of actually promoting the stuff they sell, they're doing a bit better, which is nice.
Good.
Not this one.
Yeah, this one is a bit weird,
yeah.
but all the other ones are, like, the stuff in the last 2 weeks has basically been good. Well,
that's good.
For a normal company, you would have said fine, but it's very good for B&O because it's not nonsense anymore.
Yeah, they're listening, which I appreciate that, because like we're not here to do harm. We're here to help, and this is the whole.
Yeah, I keep on telling people at B&O this. Like, I'm not critical because I dislike you. I want you to be swimming in money and do the sort of Balenciaga bags out of sheer spite or whatever. But at least, at least you'll be swimming in money. And you say, like, at least you can't prove us wrong because we're swimming in money. And it's like, yeah, I want that for you guys.
But the same kind of when Ferrari or something like that went almost bust and was bought up by Fiat, and the people who buy old Ferraris, they didn't care. But I mean, the electric stuff in those cars were terrible. It was, I mean, in the cars was just prone to fail somewhere or something. But you love it for what it is, and same with like old Alfa Romeo and this kind of cars. That they have something else. That's kind of why we stick to the brand. You can't forget that there are still, the exquisite, perfectly good speakers that you so easy to have in your kind of living life. That's amazing. Yeah.
Where he says the Balenciaga was a collectible item, by the way. That's why the price. Yeah, we get it. It's just I'm of it two minds more so. Like, on one hand, I don't really care if it's for marketing purposes, that sort of thing. But what any of this stuff makes me question is it worth the time you have with the resources you have?
Yeah.
And that's more where it comes into me. Like, I know it's not for me. Like, even the Supreme A2 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Or the Supreme Explorer, like this thing. This is totally not for me. And I told them, like, I still have no real clue what Supreme does. But I get it in terms of sales. Because my dealer said as soon as anything says Supreme in the shop, a bunch of people flock in.
Yes.
I don't know what they do, but whatever. That's good. That's fine. That makes sense.
But that's a product that they have, that you have to change the color for it, and then you can sell more of it. Here they made a special unit for someone else, but they're not a kind of a way of doing things that they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just that the bunch of comments on the Bang Olufsen page was kind of that most of the people that actually thought it was kind of a Beo Play product, they were kind of affordable, and then they saw the price and they were just angry about it.
Nick coming in hard with the Supreme. This is awful.
That's funny shit.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's awful, but it's definitely not for me. I mean, maybe I'm the fence sitter on this.
But you and me and Willie, we know that Supreme, not Supreme, but this Balenciaga and Baluti, it's not meant for us.
No.
Or even, no. But many people...
I don't give a shit. I'll sell it to whoever, man. Like, if you want that, good for you. Shit, I know where to get that.
But even though if we want...
But I don't, for me, it's just not my cup of tea, man.
I think it's already sold out. I think we couldn't even get it if we wanted.
It's done now, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not.
What my disappointment with that is that I learned today that the manufacturing process of this, I think, was very
appreciated.
Underpresented. Yes, they should have showed it off. Like, this is how a solid block of aluminium becomes a purse or a bag, whatever handbag you call it.
Yeah.
I think that they should have done a better job at that. Just, it's already a unique item anyways, and it's sold out, so it's, touche honky, but I would rather have them show off their technical skill that they have, because there's nobody that processes aluminium better than B&O in the world. Like they're just no match for it.
I mean,
absolutely no match for it.
To put it in perspective, right? Like I have less care of each individual product than that the company survives another 100 years, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something in there that I don't like, I don't really care if it prolongs the lifespan of the company.
That's right.
Suffice it to say, it doesn't stray too far from what it actually is. But this makes me think they're making some money, but they're not out of the woods by far. And this is why I'm sort of personally thinking like,
I mean,
and this is the caveat. If Balenciaga's basically said, "Can you do this for us? We'll slap your name on it too, and we'll make sure it doesn't cost you anything." Fine, go for it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like, why spend manpower on something like this? Yes, it's promotional, but for the same reason, I don't get why now is the time to sponsor Formula One. Like, that's not cheap.
Nope.
And you're not swimming in money. Surely there must be better ways to reach the same size audience. And out of all the teams to sponsor, you sponsor Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's a heritage team, and I get it, but
yeah.
like, they get so little airtime generally.
It's probably
they're not
sponsor rate.
Yeah. I mean, the Alonso thing I sort of get, because his face is on TV all the time, and the B&O logo is right here.
Mm.
I mean, and he's doing actually quite well, so he gets a lot of airtime. Granted, you can't know these things up front.
Yeah.
But,
well, you never know who's going to explode, right?
I doubt they spent like 10 grand on it. I have a feeling it's going to be closer to $1 million they gave to Williams for a logo that size on the car like that, or both cars like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you could have done a heck of a lot of R&D with that.
But isn't that Lewis Hamilton that's kind of bang on some nerd, or who else is kind of...
Yeah, but they're sponsored by Bose, so he can't say anything about it.
Exactly, that's kind of darnest thing, yeah. Otherwise, that has been just so great.
I mean, I've seen him walk around with E8s and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think if I saw it, Bose probably did too, and they were like, "Hey, dude, why are we paying you?"
That's right.
Oh, Bose.
Good old Bosey.
Well, money rules. I mean, it's not cheap to have any of these cars running around.
No. That's for sure.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just more for me a question of resources. Like, is this... If even if the company was breaking even and had been for the last 10 years, then sure, go for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're only barely making any money, then...
But how many engines have they blown up compared to Ferrari this season?
1, I think.
Yeah. And Ferrari has blown up like 2, 3.
5, I think.
Oh, shit.
I think they're nearly through their entire engine allotment for the year.
Yeah, I think it's also, you kind of have to...
And they're halfway not even halfway through the year.
Wow. Somebody's going to get shot and fired for that.
I think they have to tune them this way to be this fast.
Mm.
Because they're so far on the bloody edge that they couldn't be this fast if they did like a few % less.
Yeah, Sainz and Leclerc is finally up top, but the cars are,
Insane.
Well, it's not tuned for longevity, that's for sure. I mean, Red Bull doesn't have these weird engine explosions. They have other nonsense where like a sensor fails or something, but that's nowhere near as catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want your engine to burn.
Especially when you only get 3 a year.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to fix them? Of course. Right? No?
No.
That's
well, you can fix certain parts of it, but usually when they blow, like when last weekend when Sainz's engine blew, stuff came out of the side of the car.
Oh, okay. So like, yeah, it's a yard sale. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you get the penalty, and you have to kind of start last, right?
I think you get a 10-place penalty for the next start. Yeah.
Shit. So not good for Ferrari then.
No, but I mean they're still doing well. But
Leclerc won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. One win, one bird.
I mean, we'll see where it ends. But yeah, I can't wait for the end of the year with Beosound Theater. If the FCC pages are at all what
It is.
Yeah, and it kind of has to be, because otherwise you can't test it for approval.
That's right. No, I'm excited for it. That's going to be a wicked product. It's going to be something that I'll definitely very much consider. But we'll see.
I mean, and in
it's
the
a shame that when you think of kind of home cinema and those kind of things with speakers and all that, the Beolab, was it 14 that you could, manage that, or you want 2.1, 5.1, was it 7 or even 13.1? You could buy it as a speaker pack, but didn't really kick off.
I think they were too far ahead of the time, really.
Mm-hmm. The 14s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Also, it was probably too expensive versus what you were buying at the time, because back in those days you were buying like Creative Labs and
freaking those theaters in a package, right?
Those plastic boxes. Because I remember, because my cousin had Creative Labs, like 7.1 for gaming.
Yeah, I remember those.
I mean, it was decent, and at the time it was kind of cool, but the price was nowhere near anything B&O. So
no, not at all. Ray's asking, am I the only one thinking that the Burmester Mercedes has the B&O sound signature? I never actually heard the Burmester systems. I'm not a big fan of Mercedes, so I never really paid attention to it.
You're probably not the only one, because the same company makes all of them now. Like the license was sold to Harman Kardon Automotive, and the Burmester is also made by Harman Kardon, and they also make was it the Name, I think, automotive version. So Harman Kardon Automotive makes basically all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just tweaking and the label that's on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's
so many lizards here, dude. It's hilarious.
It's actually pretty good, I have to say, especially for the Mercedes S-Class and E-Class Burmester, even Porsche stuff. The Panamera and Cayenne, really good.
Yeah. Oh, and a generic enthusiast over on Twitch says Harman is Samsung, a subsidiary, so it's technically all Samsung.
Yeah. But still, the name is just, it's just what you prefer, because I heard it in Bentley Flying Spur.
Oh, the Lab 14s were the first. It was the first exercise for B&O to realize that they can just offshore the anodizing process, because that was supposed to be done in China as well, and they couldn't meet the standard. So all that stuff was still made in B&O's factory and then shipped out to China to be put together.
So inefficient,
right? So,
do they have any anodizing in Czechia or
in Czech Republic? What they're doing there? No, there's no anodizing. That's all assembly.
No.
It's all assembly there. Everything's being put together there. Even the 90s are now assembled in Denmark, in Czech Republic. When I was there in 2016, that's when they already had a couple Czech girls and guys in a team training how to put them together.
Yeah.
And
but no anodizing. Yeah, the anodizing is just Denmark.
Anodizing is only done, and you go with the drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That speaker, it's so unique. When you see like how it's put together, I wonder how long it still takes them to build the speaker. I think it's about 4 or 5 days still.
Yeah, it's close to a week.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I mean, it depends on how you count, though, because if you start assembling all the other stuff while the chassis is being made, then it's probably
Right.
closer to 4 days. But
Yeah.
Nitrox asks, what will the theater be? Is it a stage with wireless rear surround speakers or a totally new system? It's a bit hard and preemptive to say.
Mm. Do you think
stage...
it'll have Mozart platform? I think so.
Probably. If you are to believe the FCC thing, it could be a stage. Well, the thing is, what you're asking, one doesn't preclude the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an Eclipse could be seen as a stage with designation control and wireless rears. So most likely it'll be a totally new system if it's Mozart based. What that exactly means is we'll see probably in like probably 2 months or so.
Yeah, like a Beosystem 5-ish kind of thing. So,
Generic Enthusiast over on Twitch asks, would you hope the Beosound Theater is designed by... So who would we hope the Beosound Theater is designed by? I guess.
I think that's going to be Thorsten Valor.
I have a feeling it's going to be Notto Design again.
And I was going to say it might be Notto Designs.
Because I have a feeling Thorsten is a bit sort of left the building, don't care much anymore.
Yeah, I think he's much more involved with LG now than B&O. As the design office is. Or it could be some completely new face that we never heard of, right?
I have a feeling that Notto would make sense in that they made the 50s, the 90s, the 28s.
Yeah.
Or maybe not made, but designed them anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did the shape too.
Yeah.
Guys are talented there. I'm quite excited. I'm very excited to see what the finish on it is going to be. What's the front grille going to look like? How do you attach it? Does it stand alone free? You know, will STB bracket make a stand for it, right? So you can put an LGTB above it. So those are all the things that I wonder. But I hope that they have the same amount of speaker support that they had in the older platform. So I think that they should, hopefully there's enough. There's more than 4 RJ45 outlets for power.
Well, even if it's 4, it's plenty.
Yes.
I mean, that's 8 speakers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just about the only nut on here that actually fills all that.
Yeah. But I might do the same once I, settle down here somewhere and get a house, right? Because why not?
Yeah. I mean, if with the sale of everything and if I could actually somehow manage to get 90s in the game too and 50s as rear, I'll happily sell the 28s and just have 90s, 50s, 17s.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that case, you really... And that also eases up on the cable nonsense. And
yes.
I mean, that's literally 3 cables. And you get equivalent, if not better, sound.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, if you live more...
I hope that they put a really gutsy center speaker to it or make it freaking capable. That's what I hope, really. I'm not expecting to have it like stereo, but I think it's going to be a 3.1 or 3.0 system, right? But it's going to have...
Probably, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, if it's in any way similarly capable to a Harmony, which I almost doubt, if it sits between an Eclipse and a Harmony, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than enough, really. Because you're never going to use all that power as just a center.
With 90s, well, it depends on volume too, right? Because I'm still going to live in a smaller apartment and have to juice the shit out of it, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my main requisite was to have to find something on the main floor because I ain't dragging these fuckers upstairs, man. There's no way. There's no way in hell. But need to figure out a storage locker here as well.
But I came across a YouTube person that's called Darko Audio.
Yeah.
He's talking about, you kind of know him. And he did a kind of new thing on his channel that talked about a future hi-fi that, that a speaker should include a DAC or amplifier, and he categorized them in kind of from 1 to 10, that everything was just included. And I was just waiting for the next step to include the Beolab 28s.
Mm-hmm.
They never came. So it's kind of surprised me that a person of this kind of magnitude didn't include the Beolab 28s. I think they would
hadn't even probably know about them.
He knows of B&O, but I think he's of the audiophile grade where B&O is still more designed than hi-fi. But that's really of an opinion pre-Beolab 5s.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of what kind of disturbed me, that, I mean, these speakers are, in his kind of description, a level, 9, 10, or even 11. Everything is just included. You have your touch panel, you just boop. The only thing you need, a power cable and a good setup, and you have everything. You have Chromecast, you have AirPlay, you have the device, you have so much included. You have connections in the rear for other things.
Since it's Mozart, it's a cradle to grave product, meaning you can replace the chip if the tech becomes outdated.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, and even the listening position, the autocorrect for the room. I mean, so much thing was just included.
Are the chips the same? Like, do you think those PCB boards are the same throughout the platform?
I think the main chip for Mozart is similar enough that it's the same socket. Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
But I mean,
finally they do that. Somebody's doing it.
Well, it kind of has to be if it's all Mozart now.
Mm-hmm. Wonder why they picked that name.
Music. I mean, it's going to sound weird when it's the Beethoven platform.
I guess.
The Bach.
Bach.
Tchaikovsky editions.
Tchaikovsky platform.
Yeah. The Handel.
Yeah.
So, I guess Mozart is, it sounds good.
Also, isn't Mozart generally sort of seen as the best one of all the classic music producers or composers?
I guess, yeah.
I still not prefer his. I mean, most of them, but I still prefer Vivaldi or Strauss. So
wait, did you mute yourself?
Who, me?
Or Eric? Hello.
No, I hear him.
Do you hear me?
I can't hear shit. Wait. Can you say something, because then my audio.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you're still going. I don't know what happened. What the fuck? Why can't I hear you?
Your headphones disconnected, most likely. Did you charge
them?
Do
the chat hear us?
Are
we going live?
I wonder if he's charged his headphones. I can't talk shit now because he can't hear us.
You guys come back in a second.
Yeah. What do you mean? He lost the transmission completely? What happened? Yeah, we're here. Let's go live.
There we are. We're back again.
We never left.
Can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you again. No, my headphones just... Yeah, I could see you guys on my audio outputs to the chat, hear you talking, or see you talking, but I couldn't hear a thing. I just saw...
Yeah, Willie and I are taking mime classes, and we are getting pretty goddamn good, I have to say. Yeah.
That's funny.
But you were saying what, Mozart? What was it?
Vivaldi could have also. Vivaldi and Strauss is my kind of pick of the bunch, but still, Vivaldi could have been a good name also if Mozart was.
No, I like the Mozart actually.
Yeah, I think
it sounds good.
People know of. Yeah, they know what they're getting.
Because there's Mo in it, so you get always Mo shit.
Yeah. I like more shit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also internationally pronounceable,
Word,
And
yeah.
and maybe
Good
there's
point.
patents on those other things for other products. Who knows?
Mhm.
Maybe. Just mostly it's so generic. More generic than Vivaldi, I think, but still Vivaldi is pretty also up in there.
I mean, as a composer, I really like Vivaldi. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
in terms of Mozart, he's probably more well known.
Yes.
The Wunderkinder, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've yet to see a movie about Vivaldi. I've seen one or
But
two movies about Mozart.
Personally, I would like the ABBA edition, the ABBA platform.
The Dancing Queen.
Yeah. Like all speakers go like dancing queens. Yeah. Or they can fail at Waterloo. I don't know.
It's hot as fuck in here, bro.
So you want the
You are in
Napoleon
Miami.
platform, basically.
It's a Napoleon platform.
All of Europe united under French rule.
Oh god.
Maybe.
Well, not me. That's for sure.
Oh,
I don't know. It's how do you pick names for anything that's new? It's
Right?
it's weird.
I like it. Yeah, but I still like it. They kind of, we know what you went for it. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, as long as it makes sense, then people will get used to it, and then in like a few years, you won't even question it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more for the going for names than numbers, because the numbering thing is just kind of weird. Why the 28s? Why did they not do 21, the 22s, or whatever? Beolab 6.
Yeah, there's no Beolab 6 yet. I don't think
Yeah.
there's gonna be 6s anymore. I think they're gonna stick to the 2-digit naming standard now for some goofy reason.
Why the 28s and not the 26?
When I was in a factory tour, what I was told is don't ask because there is no reason.
I mean, maybe it's because Germany that it sounds more angry when there's an "ach" in there.
It's white.
I mean, our speakers are better because "Achtung."
But the kind of naming or the Danish way of saying kind of the kind of numbers, it's just also very weird. It's kind of half of that one. It's weird. They have weird kind of calling. Danes here can, the half fems. It's just weird.
I bet you with numbers and stuff, they look at other countries and how well it works.
Pronounces,
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, this is probably one of
kind
the most
way.
boring jobs in the world where you have to focus group like names and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Ford Mondeo that we used to have here wasn't called a Ford Mondeo in the US. It was a Ford Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because people in the US thought Mondeo? It's like, yeah, no. It doesn't work.
I love though when these kind of brands.
It's the same thing. Like there's no
Class.
Seat in here, right? Because they would just call it a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's
And
also
the new,
I forget which car it was, but it was a whatever brand and like the type of the car and whatever they named it. It turned out to be some perverted world in some Malaysian country or some shit. I don't remember.
Same here in Sweden. Honda
Exactly.
called their kind of the Honda Jazz. It's just called Jazz here, but originally in Japan and all that, it's called Honda Fitta, and Fitta is. So they call it Honda Fit in different ways of North America.
Yeah, it's Honda Fit. It was Honda Fit here.
But don't call it a Honda Fitta, because that's
That's hilarious. But yeah, it's true. Like it's insane.
Pajero. The Pajero is just a fine word also, and stuff like that. But hilarious.
I don't know. I prefer. Maybe just because I've grown up around B&O with the naming standard that had numbers in it all the time. I prefer that more than like Beovision Harmony.
But I like the sound.
Or Horizon, like
yeah.
now y'all too close together. Harmony Horizon, right? You start mixing this up sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's just one thing that I prefer. Beovision 10, Beovision 14. Maybe Harmony should have been Beovision 20, I guess, or something. I don't know.
But I like the 1,000 in the numbering, the 8,000, the 6,000, the 4,000. I like those kind of numbers. 5,000, yeah.
I think the good thing for naming, though, instead of numbers, is that with naming, it's harder to reuse than with numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Beosound 1, it's already like which one? Like the original one, the newer one?
Mm-hmm.
But the Beovision 14 is just 14. Is it better than this? Yeah.
Yeah, but what comes after that?
been,
Do you go Beovision 15? What would the Harmony technically be? Beovision
20. I would say Beovision 20. That sounds good to me.
Yeah,
Beovision
but
14
in 5
should
years
be-
from now, we're at Beovision 25 or whatever. It's gonna be weird.
It's still a couple of years to run through a whole bunch of numbers.
Yeah, but the Beovision 14 should be then just Beovision Elegance or something like that. It just.
I mean, the Avant, like Mike Hunt says. Avant was a good name, but that one was also used twice.
That's right.
I mean, but both were great TVs, like the original Avant. Fortunately, the easier distinction between those was literally Avant 28, Avant 32, or 55, etc.
75, yeah.
Or even Audi Avant.
So it still had the numbers in it.
Yeah, you can
End of the day.
know the screen size you have to know. But I get that. That's logic.
I mean,
That's the way that they were designing this. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Beovision Harmony makes sense in many ways. To me, do I like the number system more? Yeah, but the way the Eclipse almost looks more like it's a number TV than a name TV.
No, but I like the clips. I like the harmony. I like
I like the name Eclipse, but the way it looks right could much easier be a Beovision 15.
It could be.
As the follow-up on the 14.
Yeah.
But the Harmony is something totally different. So it was the Avant at the time. Both Avants were something totally different than any of the other stuff they made.
I don't know if it's short for avant-garde. I think it's just...
But I'm just waiting for a Beovision Cinema. That would be a hate.
Well, we're getting a Beosound Theater, I guess, right? Or what is it?
Yeah, but if you think that kind of same naming and just put it in the cinema, or can you call it a Beovision film movie? No,
that sounds dumb.
But that's where you get a problem in language, right? Because film is something totally different in the UK versus the US.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like film in the UK would be like a movie. Film in the US would be like cling film or like a foil of some kind.
Same in
Same
Canada,
for cinema and theater.
Mm-hmm.
Cinema sounds better, I guess. Theater.
But nobody in the US uses that. Like most of the English-speaking world speaks American English by now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Let's go to the cinema.
Even B&O does, right? Because when you set your Beovision Harmony or Eclipse to English and you go to the sound preset, the preset is movie. It's not film.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So even B&O speaks American English.
Yeah. Well, it's Dinglish, really, because they do. They have their own terminologies too.
But
God damn it, one soda.
It's I don't know. It's a thing. I guess even in America, it's movie theater. But a theater in and of itself is not necessarily for movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's weird colloquialism. Both make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, movies are literally an acronym for moving film, as in the pictures are moving, so they're a movie. I mean, that's how fucking old it is.
Yeah.
I saw how it's made or how it works, the whole cinema projector, when you just click and and also make the sound.
Do they still use the actual film in the theaters nowadays, in modern theaters, or is it just like it's all hard drives based now?
Yeah. When I went to see Top Gun, that was in something called 4DX.
Okay.
So you have the main giant picture in front of you.
Yeah.
But then when you have the ultra wide scenes, they use the walls and the ceiling and the floor next to it. So you had literally Tom Cruise's like F-14 there, let's say, and then
like
you had
were
another
in the cockpit.
No, like as in you were looking at an F-14. It was there, and then on the wall was the rest of the row of F-14s on the what you call it?
So you could look behind
boat.
it, basically. You have
you looked like that, the F-14. You could literally count how many were on the boat.
That's sick.
It wasn't as high resolution, but all of a sudden, like those sort of, what would they call that? That sort of orange filter thing where everything goes like it's when the sun goes down, that sort of color light.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that was all over the cinema or the movie theater, whichever one.
Paste the kind of picture frames together, or?
Oh yeah, it's seamless.
Yeah.
It was literally like normal 16:9 or 21:9 camera, and then all of a sudden, like, we're going wide lens now.
Is it a normal cinema screen or is it IMAX that you went to?
No, it's a normal cinema screen, but there's a sort of cinema screen type material on the. I mean, it's a square box still, but the sides also had that. So normal IMAX is like sort of concave, right, and massive.
Yeah.
Like this was definitely, there were corners, but they somehow managed to sort of in depth managed to extend that.
Yeah, oh, cool.
Let me see if I can find a
describing video or picture of it.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
The 4DX. Oh, here, I found it. So this is the sort of 4DX where the side of the walls and everything is used as well.
Wow, cool. I haven't been in a movie theater in a long time.
Same here.
Well, I'll be right back.
I don't tend to go to the movies much either because it sounds better here.
Same here. The only thing when we went for is the IMAX when it's just kind of big movies. Otherwise, it's just not worth it because we have it better here at home.
Yeah.
We just wait for the film or movie to come out and watch it here.
Yeah, I mean, I when was the last time I went to the movies? I think it was Avengers, one like the Endgame or something. So it was like 3 years ago. Yeah,
we actually went for the Spider-Man, the latest one.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered
during the pandemic. But for me, I like that, and I had to sit and explain the whole and that had been missing. That guy, he actually died, and that's why it's just.
Oh, I will see it. I just couldn't be bothered to see it in the cinema.
Yeah. It's the same when I was actually planning to go the Doctor Strange one, and then it just the other day, Disney Plus. I can watch it here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Top Gun movie, there were so many people talking about it, and I was so fed up with, like, people in podcasts and things going, spoilers. You're like, God damn it, now I have to not listen to this for like 30 minutes. So I was like, I'll just go see it. And yeah, it was an amazing movie in terms of, it was 80s Hollywood again. Yeah. Fantastic.
What is?
Top Gun. It was 80s Hollywood again, but with 2020 filming tech. Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah,
I want to go see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't all this, like, even in the Avengers, like, was it Endgame, the last one? It was all this box ticking in the final fight of like, and now the women get to go, and now the other people that are somehow tangential to the story get to go, and it's like,
kind of
damn
too
it.
epic. Yeah.
Like, it's a bit too on the nose. With Top Gun, it was sort of like, there's women here, they do the same shit, it's fine. And that was it, right? Like, it's not so on the nose.
Yeah, I need to see that movie. Probably see it here. Go downtown Miami, probably.
Yeah, freeze your ass off. Take some sweater with you or something.
Why is that?
Because they'll probably have the AC set to 19 or something like that.
Well, I'll be fine with that. I'm not the one going to be dying in this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
alright.
a Canadian in him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Everyman Cinema. What is Everyman Cinema?
Everyman Cinema in the UK makes going to the movies worth it because they serve food and alcohol in the theater while you watch the movie. Loads of cinemas around here do that too. But I know all these cinemas here are like the one next to me is really new and they're very up on their sound and that sort of thing. But it's fucking impossible to set the sound right for all the positions in a room like that.
No,
it's just.
Do you want to eat food or
if you have the space? If you're not in the chair that's like this, right? Like you have wider seats where you can literally sit like this.
But you book your seats. So it's not like some motherfucker just rolls in there and takes over. Like you actually reserves. That's a reserved seating.
But you don't eat food when you're watching a movie at home, right?
No, but we're talking snacks. We're not talking like a steak.
Yeah.
Like
no.
Sitting there with the fucking headlamp and shit, trying to cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know some cinemas have.
Gotta wait for the bright scenes.
Yeah.
No, these are more sort of like bar snacks, like, I don't know, nachos with cheese and stuff like that. But, I mean, the Top Gun thing, like, the sound was amazing, but even there, I was like, I don't know if it's my position or if the sort of tuning is out of whack, but here the bass is too rumbly in this. Like, I noticed a few times where it was like, this is either clipping or on the verge of, or it's just there's too much.
Can be a little bit both.
Especially when it's it could have been a combination of both because I'm sure it wasn't mixed that way.
And also, the cinema will also push a little bit more just to get that big effect. Same with the store brands when they're pushing a sound center or just a Bose, get this blah blah blah.
I'm not sure, but I think
they just push it too much. Yeah.
I think that the Deepwater Horizon movie, I don't know if it still holds the record, but it was one of the ones that was over 100 decibels sustainably for like that entire duration of explosion. Like it was loud as fuck in the theaters when I went, like really loud, like teetering hearing damage loud. And that's why 90s, man, they could do it. They could do it.
Captain Marvel says the cinema is great. I'd much rather go out with friends and catch a movie than sit at home. Yeah, but we basically have cinema rooms in our houses. Well, Willie maybe not so much because he only has one chair, but
but I live alone, so I'm all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have no problem sitting here with friends. Plus, you're in control of the intermissions and the food and whatever. Yes, I do like generally the cinema popcorn better than my own, but
you don't eat popcorn at home. Yeah, you get beer and champagne and all this kind of stuff.
Well, it's just to each their own, right? I don't. If I'm going to a movie, which I haven't done in decades now, for real, I would go reserve seating, full Monty, right? Get the meal, sit proper, and then have, you can also pick your seat, so you can actually choose where you sit and how good the acoustics can get where you at.
What I think it's kind of weird with America, and maybe it's the same in Canada, that you can't really book your seats in advance.
With the reserved ones, you can. Like those ones we're talking with the food and shit, you reserve those ahead of time. Like in Calgary, you reserve those ahead of time, and you can actually pre-order whatever food, so that's already ready when you come in there. And you show up like, an hour early, whatever, and hang out, have beers and drinks, and the movie starts. And if you haven't finished eating, you just keep on eating, right? And they come full circle.
Here in Sweden, it's just very weird that, especially now, that you go to a movie and you just buy tickets at front and you don't know where to sit. That's never going to happen because everyone has booked their seats in advance, so everyone is knowing where to sit.
Yeah, that was weird to me when I first moved here.
The ticket just moving in.
Yeah, that was weird to me when I first moved here, because like in Slovakia it was the same shit. Like you pick, there's little X's and you see where
your tickets, and you're going for your snacks, and then you go to your seat where you know it in advance. Yeah.
Oh, you can do both. You can pick in advance, or you get the little chart.
Yeah.
And choose where to sit.
Yeah. There's options, brother.
Swedes, that kind of spontaneous, just where you just go in and watch a movie. That's not unheard of for us Swedes. We like to have
just like up and go, and we'll see where we sit, type of thing.
No, that doesn't work here.
Probably the best.
You may have to sit next to a stranger, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's why you book.
I mean, it's confusing when everybody's blonde and the next guy too is blonde. And you have no clue who it is.
So you can find seats by numbers.
I don't like when you're Björn and now also Björn. Yeah, that's not good. You in ABBA? I'm also in ABBA. You also be? Yeah, I also be. Yes.
That's funny.
Weird.
It's an Ace of Base. They were from Sweden too, weren't they?
Yeah, and half of them were siblings. One wasn't.
Which is, what? It's interesting that like the Ace of Base and like the ABBA, right? Like it's for some reason it became a basically a timeless music in the genre in its way, because they still play this shit. Like they don't play much of all the older hip hop or like the disco shit, but every now and then on any radio, like I catch freaking Ace of Base going or ABBA's some shit.
Yeah, to have the Swedish House Mafia and Avicii just outplay them in sales records, and it's just not that common. And especially think of Max Martin, that you kind of maximum producer that does everything in Hollywood. It's just weird. It's just ABBA is just so known for something that they did for like, was it 5 or 6 years? I mean, they've been bands and been longer duration for that. But yeah.
Yeah, but the two men in ABBA made a bunch of other music that everybody knows, but you don't know they made
That's another thing, yeah. Musicals and not. I mean, those are kind of music nerds.
I forget the name of the band, but the song is called "One Night in Bangkok." Is also by those ABBA guys.
yeah. That was also a catchy one too.
Wasn't it almost?
By the way, tomorrow I can't do tomorrow. I got an oil change appointment for the old girl here, and I have to deal with the bank. I have to get the draft to check and run it over to the apartment place to secure the spot. It's already off the market, but I gotta just hash that shit out. And then for next week, it's gonna be peculiar because I am leaving here on Thursday, which I will be on the road on Sunday. So I might just do without video if the data or whatever permits, and go from there.
Wait, next week's Sunday, right? You're talking about?
Yeah, next week Sunday.
Okay. Well, for anybody that's listening,
just a heads up for y'all that I might not be here, or we'll see how it works.
I'll figure that out. Tomorrow I'll let people know in the communities tab then what to do. Maybe we can watch a movie together on Discord or something like that.
Yeah. There's that.
I mean, obviously you can't stream that. So if you're into that sort of thing, come join our Discord.
Yeah. And I gotta figure out the renter's insurance as well. Which, fuck all, but I apparently it's mandatory here, so I gotta do the rental insurance. And yeah, I wonder how much the Lab 90s are gonna cost me to ship. To be honest,
To get over?
yeah,
By truck or flight?
yeah. Well, I don't know if I don't think I want to air them. I might.
No, I think it's pretty cheap in though because of the. I mean,
I have
shipping
a
by
feeling
truck.
it's going to be about $2,000 or so.
That's what I'm thinking. Like I see
That's
that being
not
about
that
$2,000.
expensive. Yeah, I mean,
It's a lot of money, but it's
Yeah,
as
but
long as they
think of-
fucking come back where I'm at upright without
you
a
have to
hole in the
think of-
box.
if I sell them here in Canada and buy them in
US
no, you
again.
can't yeah, no way. $2,000 is
I'll never buy them
less
for the money I
worth it
paid.
totally, because you can't get that.
I won't get that price
Way
again.
cheaper.
There's no way.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
even
but that
in-
doesn't
in-
matter. Will you buy them for less than what you sell them for? Because if
I mean,
so, you're still
you can
ahead.
sell them. Yeah, but
Mm.
still not that much.
If,
Yeah,
even if it's a
that's a fair
grand,
deal.
you've just got an extra grand, and your 90s are now new.
Fair point.
But I don't think he can sell them for that much and still be.
I don't think I can sell them right away. Like not within the 2 weeks that I'm going to be
If
back.
you're going to be
There's no-
managing a shop and get dealer shop prices, then why couldn't you?
It's a good point, but it's sentiment, I guess, at this point for those speakers. And regardless, like they're also
still get-
part of the inventory
you
that I'm
lose money, I
pulling
guess,
here
in
as
either way.
for the E2 visa deal. That's
Yeah, but
also
I still
part of
think
it.
you will lose money if you don't ship them. If you sell them and
No.
then buy them again, I think you would lose money compared to if you just ship them.
But I just don't want to. I don't want to sell them
Yeah,
at all.
I'll
I
take
fucking
care
love
of them.
those
That's
speakers.
all right.
I love those
Yeah.
speakers.
We can switch. You can borrow my 28.
Yeah, if you ship them and some
Not even 50s, you cheap shit. Fucking
I
guy.
mean,
Like 28. Here's a
I
level
mean-
to boot. Fuck.
Miami and Skövde, those names are kind of similar, so you don't know. You don't know. So
So yeah, a whole bunch
totally
of stuff will
worth
have
it
to happen here.
shipping. Yeah, but still, I mean, $2,000 or what you call them. Yeah, that's manageable.
But it also depends on how they are shipped. As in, like, with a bunch of other stuff that happens to be going that way, or if it's just
Yeah,
a guy
those.
with a truck that gets those two things over.
But Michael, if you would just ship your stuff to America, that's kind of another thing, maybe.
Oh, for sure. That's not going to be fun at all.
No.
That's actually going to be pretty crap.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna be a headache,
maybe
bro.
that's maybe a sell thing now and buy later.
The only way that would work is if I manage to get in on to a pro
The pro
partnership.
side. Yeah.
Because
you get a lot of stuff.
yeah, and I probably have to airship it anyway, because otherwise it takes 3 to 4 months before it's there.
I wouldn't risk it at all. I would airship that for sure. So from
Yeah.
their house, they rent out whatever space in the container, I guess, and just box it all up and go.
But the thing is, if I manage to secure a license for like Pro Partner or whatever it's called now, and they say
Yeah.
you need to buy, let's say, $100,000 worth of stuff as minimum
Product
inventory, yeah, then I would seriously consider to sell everything, because I just need to buy everything again.
display. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to get in. So
Minimum product 90s, 50s, call it a day.
done in a TV, probably a sound theater. But what they really have now for the link room speakers, balance, level, and help me out here. Because the BeoSound 1 and 2 are discoed now, right?
They're still selling them. I don't know for how long, but
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the shortage of stuff also.
it
That also
probably also
depends a
depends
lot.
on how many they've made.
Yeah.
I can't see those products going on for much longer.
No, especially with the Mozart out.
Yeah.
Being out.
The doctor asks, how do you do that with power? Isn't America running 110 volt? Yes, absolutely, America runs 110 volt, but all the modern stuff, Beolab 12 and up, has universal power supplies in them.
Yeah, they're dual voltage. So you just need a power cord changed. That's it.
No,
Mains
they're
cable,
all
the only difference.
voltage, because they even go on Japanese voltage, which
That's
is
what I'm saying.
100.
They go all the way to 240.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
Japanese is 100 volt.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Japanese is different again than North America and Europe is.
Here it's like 110, but technically it's 120, right? Like we get about 118, like in my.
But that, yeah,
In
you
my
get
s-
60 hertz,
But
then
look at the
50
Beosound
hertz.
9000 or whatnot. You can have a Japanese power supply for that.
Oh yeah, good luck finding that now.
Yeah,
I think most of the parts for the 9000 are done.
but
Are finished.
things like this record player are so old, you actually have a switch for 110 volt in it.
Yeah.
As in, literally, you put in a massive flathead screwdriver and you can flip it to 110.
Yeah, there was
Don't
also
do it,
jumper cables in the old Beosound one. There was a jumper cable or jumper that you just basically take one pin, put it down, and now it's 220 or 240, whatever to go into.
Mike Han says you bought everything for a good price. If you have to buy again, the price would be massive, or everything you have. Well, the thing, right, is I bought everything as a customer. If I have to rebuy everything, in that case, it would be as a pro partner / dealer.
And also, some of your products are you can actually turn a profit on if you're selling them, like the 50s and maybe even the 28s and some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the 50s I would more or less get for what I paid for them, so no loss. I would lose a little bit on the harmony. If I have to have a minimum stuff for sale now, then I would keep the 18s and the 17s anyway, because the 17s are no longer made. And these 18s I'll never do away, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, 18s are just an iconic piece, no matter. They sound poopy in my opinion, but they are the most beautiful speaker that they do or they make.
I mean, they sound good,
Excellent.
but they're not worth the money that are asking for
It's
them
the look.
now.
You're paying for the look on those more than you pay
Especially
for the
now,
sound.
yeah.
But some people prefer the look.
Yeah, dealership price makes a massive difference versus customer price. It's not the same, because obviously as a dealer, like that's where all your profit, your hourly wages and stuff are in.
That's where you come off of.
Yeah, that's what you live on. And then you get the weird things that you potentially pay on the taxes on the supply you have as a business and yada, yada, yada. But that's another thing. But you can also write it off again, which is nice. So if you want to be extreme, I think you can write off a set in 90s in like 4 years to basically no economic value, but you can still sell them because that's not the same thing.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's something for an accountant, but because I'm not entirely sure what the maximum is, but somewhere in 4 to 5 years, most things can be, even if it's 100 grand, can be down to next to no economic value.
Fair enough. So
yeah.
On that note,
but I
hopefully we've presented some value in this chat today.
Yeah, and I think next week, if what's it called? Did you call or did you say, Willie, that you can't really make it, or
tomorrow? I'm not guaranteeing that I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, but next Sunday.
Next Sunday, depends where I'm at. It really depends. I'll be in touch with Mikey, so he'll know exactly where I'm at. And you know what? If I gotta just stop somewhere to just hang out, I'll hang out. No matter.
Yeah. Because I think I can make it at least. We'll see.
Old school.
Also maybe.
Very old school.
That's right. Yeah. I'm the king of my own domain here. So if I want to pull over, I'll pull over. But I definitely wanna get home as soon as possible to get everything sorted.
That's a real old school. If me and Michael only And
Yeah.
Willie,
Thanks, Brian.
maybe join as a, guest.
Guest starring
join.
Willie by voice only.
By voice
Yeah.
only. Yeah, we could do that. I gotta go to T-Mobile and charge up my phone because I right now just have a pay-as-you-go because I didn't have an address here, right? So September 1. I don't think my phone number is going to change, but like I'm gonna start living here now, so it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna run the outro. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't left a like and subscribe, do that please. And I'll let you know in the comment or in the community tab and on Discord about tomorrow, or we can figure something out. And we'll probably see you next week.
Yeah. We'll do something. We'll figure it out.
Bye everybody.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.